This video tutorial provides a comprehensive guide on how to effectively introduce yourself and others in both formal and informal settings. It covers practical tips for starting and maintaining conversations, handling introductions smoothly, and remembering names. These communication skills are vital for networking, fostering professional relationships, and enhancing collaboration in any setting. By mastering these abilities, students will improve their confidence and professionalism, whether engaging with clients, colleagues, or potential collaborators in their field. Introducing yourself in conversations can sometimes be tricky, especially in casual small talk. You might think that the first thing to do is to introduce yourself, but in reality, introductions often happen later in the conversation, sometimes even at the end. Let's look at some simple ways to introduce yourself and others without interrupting the flow of conversation. In Malaysia, small talk usually begins with an icebreaker, maybe asking someone about their favorite food or local event like Hari Raya celebrations. The conversation can flow from there. When you're having a good chat with someone, like a discussion about visiting Kuching waterfront, you might forget to introduce yourself. Only later, when you want to address the person by name, you realize you don't know it. If that happens, just say something like, "Oh, I just realized I didn't catch your name. I'm Anna, by the way, what's your name?" You could also say, "I don't think I asked for your name earlier. My name's Anna." If you struggle with remembering names, especially if they're unique, don't hesitate to ask the person to spell their name. For example, "Did I pronounce that correctly, Firdaus?" Or, "Can you repeat your name so I get it right?" Once you hear their name, try to use it in the conversation right away. You could say, "It's a pleasure to meet you, Firdaus." Then, use their name a few more times during the conversation, just not too often. Before you introduce yourself or someone else, make a mental note of what you were talking about. This helps you smoothly return to the conversation afterward. For example, "So, Firdaus, you were telling me about your trip to Boko National Park. What did you enjoy most there?" If a third person joins your conversation, like a friend of yours, you can say, "Oh, Jamila, this is Firdaus. We were just talking about Boko National Park. Firdaus, this is Jamila." Then, you can return to the conversation. "So, Firdaus, you were saying the hiking trails were really amazing?" Sometimes, you may forget to introduce yourself until the conversation is ending because one of you needs to leave. If that happens, just quickly say, "Thanks for the great conversation. By the way, I'm Anna. What's your name?" You could even offer a way to stay in touch, like exchanging contact details. By following these simple tips, you can introduce yourself and others in a way that feels natural, and it won't break the flow of a good conversation.